Hello, hello, hello. Hope everybody's enjoyed their weekend. As you know, today's my first Monday, today's my Friday. And I had a really great week, I must say, this week. This weekend was a little relaxed. I hit my goal once again this weekend. I always hit my goal though, but um, I did what I had to do, even though uh, it wasn't what I thought it would be. Um, but I did learn a lesson this month. I do need to travel. So y'all gonna see me like when I say travel, driving 4 or 5 hours. That's not really it's traveling, but it's not really traveling because technically I could drive 4 hours and come back same day. After working 7, 8 hours, because it's hard work, but it's like a different type of hard work. So I'm talking about fly out to a different state, somewhere I haven't been or somewhere I haven't been to in a while, and hit them. That's what I did all January. And January I had some great weeks. February I chilled a lot here locally where I was at, and I didn't do as well. So next month, March, I'm gonna travel a lot in March. I'm gonna try to get out every weekend to a different state in March and see how that works. You got to try in business. You got to try different things. You got to see what's working. It's a lot of industries that switch stuff up because one marketing strategy might not be working, so they go to another marketing strategy or they target a different audience. So when you target that different audience, you got to switch it up for that audience. Let me check. Fix my camera. It's like, all right, there we go. So that's what I'm gonna do next month. I'm gonna get out there and make some things happen, travel to some different places. My workout has been going great. I'm in my 6 weeks right now. So the last 4 weeks I've been working on bulking up. So I've been eating a lot of food, eating a lot of carbs. Even though I went vegetarian, I still was eating a lot. Well, even before I went vegetarian, I was eating a lot because I only did vegetarian like 2 weeks. So I was eating a lot of meat, a lot of stuff. Switching over to the vegetables, I got to get a lot more in, so I eat a lot more carbs. Now I'm in the 6 weeks. I'm doing my shredding, so I can still eat a lot because I'm doing a lot more in the gym. Like I spent about 2.5 hours in the gym today. And I worked out 3 times a day. Like, so today was a great day because I woke up at like 7 o'clock. Actually, I woke up at like 5:30, but I laid in the bed till like 6 o'clock. And then I finally got up, ate, because I ate first thing, made me a shake. No, I didn't eat. I worked out on an empty stomach. So I did my I got an ab workout that I wanted to do for the shred. So I got up and did the ab workout. Then I ate, had me a shake, a protein shake, drank my water, got me 4 cups of water in, showered, did some work, and, answered some emails and stuff. Then I got dressed, went to the gym, stayed in the gym about 2 hours, came back. By the time I got back from the gym, all the stuff I had did that morning, like last week, I didn't wake up until get out the bed till like 11:30, 12 o'clock. This morning, I was back from the gym and eating my second meal by like 11:30. So I had got a lot done. So I really like it. I really like being up early in the morning. So that's my aim next week when I come back off my day off, my Sabbath. I'm gonna go to getting up and following that routine. The next 6 weeks at least, making that my routine. Because I want to get that 3 times in. So I did that early. Then I went to the gym. Then I went to the gym and trained some the kids tonight. So I got 3 workouts in a day, and I went hard. So I want to do that every day, and I mix in some high intensity training. So when I say I do like cardio, I don't do like treadmill. I don't do treadmills at all. It's not a waste of time, but if you really can't burn, like you really got to be doing some high intensity on the treadmill in order to make it happen. And that high intensity is important because you want to go, because what it do, it tricks your body. You force your heart rate to speed up. So blood starts flowing, and then you slow down, but the blood's still flowing. And then by the time the blood starts slowing down, you brace it up again, and then back and forth. You just playing with it. And what it does is forces your body to burn a lot more. So you sweat a lot more, you burn a lot more. So I do high intensity in between my workouts. So excuse me. After each rep, I do a high intensity workout. Go back, do another rep, go back, high intensity. So I'm not really giving my body a lot of rest and my body a lot of rest. I'm giving a body part of rest that I'm working, but I'm going back doing some high intensity on something else. So I felt good about that. I feel good when I learn something new, when I put something together and I feel it working instantly. That's a good feeling to me. But yeah, you always got to be trying to progress. So, and that's my goal, to just progress. Every day I want to progress and be better than I was the day before. So I'm back, and I'm gonna close out this week with a very impressive lady. I'm ending up with a lady, and she's been, I've been putting a lot of guys on there, and I think this lady is really impressive because women have it hard, Dave Chappelle told a joke, and I ain't gonna sit here and pull the whole joke, but basically he showed really how hard women have it just every day of what they could face. So her name is Bridget Mason, a.k.a. Biddy is what they called her. And she was born into slavery on August 15th, 1818. Bridget birthed 3 daughters, of each of whom was fathered by her slave master, Robert Smith. After converting to Mormonism, Smith and his wife moved to Utah in a wagon, forcing Bridget to follow on foot. A church leader tried to convince Smith to free his slaves, but Smith was unwilling. The church leader did, however, persuade Smith to move to California, which Smith was likely unaware had entered the Union as a free state. Bridget Mason obtained her freedom in 1856 in California after she successfully petitioned the court for her freedom. So she took her slave master to court. She like, I'm done with you. You're not trying to let me go. I'm ready to get out of here and do something for myself. Let's make it happen. And she did it, and it happened because she was persistent. You got to be persistent. If you want to have your own business, you want to do things, you got to be persistent. Look at your job like you working for a slave master. They want to keep you and give you as little as possible. And that's that right. I feel like that's that right because they created that business, right? But that's another, I digress on that. I'm not going to say a lot about that, but I feel like work is slavery, right? So she petitioned for her freedom and got her freedom. She said anything got to be better than being a slave, and I agree. Born a slave, she learned a variety of skills and developed knowledge of medicine, child, and livestock care. Mason worked in Los Angeles as a nurse and midwife, delivering hundreds of babies during her career. Using her knowledge of herbal remedies, she risked her life to care for those affected by smallpox epidemic in Los Angeles. One of her employers was the noted physician John Strother Griffin. And you see, that's another key thing. The skills that you learn, you can use those skills to turn them into your own business and become self-employed, right? She learned a whole bunch of skills coming up, and she got a job and all of that, and used those skills to kind of get her where she was going. Because listen to this. Saving carefully, she was one of the first African-American women to own land in Los Angeles. Did you hear what I said? Saving carefully. See, when you want to become a business owner, it's a formula for it, right? That's why I tell you, read Richest Man in Babylon. And Richest Man in Babylon will give you the formula for wealth. I'm not going to tell you because I want you to read it. You got to go read this book. Go read the book, Richest Man in Babylon. As a businesswoman, she amassed a relatively large fortune of nearly $300,000, which she shared generously with charities. Mason also fed and sheltered the poor and visited prisoners. She was instrumental in the founding and Travelers Aid and Daycare Center for Black Children, open to any child who had nowhere else to go. Because of her kind and giving spirit, Many called her Auntie Mason or Grandma Mason. She eventually saved enough money to purchase 2 estates. Over several years, she bought and managed more property. She leased out these properties commercially and sold portions of it. As Los Angeles grew, so did the value of her real estate. Real estate is always a safe bet. In 1872, along with her son-in-law, Charles Owens, Mason was a founding member of First African Methodist Episcopal Church of Los Angeles, the city's first black church. The organizing meetings were held in her home on Spring Street. She donated the land on which the church was built. She also helped to establish the first elementary school for black children in Los Angeles. Mason spoke fluent Spanish and was a well-known figure in the city. She died on occasion at the home of Pio Pico, the last governor of Alta California and a wealthy Californian landowner. And like I said, by the late 1800s, she amassed a fortune of over $300,000, making her the wealthiest black woman in the city. That's like $5.5 million today. But she did this as coming out of slavery, raped, beaten, forced labor. And she was persistent, worked her way out of it, got out of it, used the skills that she had as a slave to get a job, save up enough money to buy herself out of that slavery and become a landowner and philanthropist. That's the American dream. When you ask me what makes America great, that's what makes America great. You can have a vision, a goal. And if you're persistent about it, if you work the work, the work will work. That's what I'm saying. If you have a vision, you have a goal, and you work it, that vision or goal will come to fruition. It's law of nature. It's guaranteed. Now, will you have obstacles? Definitely. But without obstacles, you can't have success. Right? Think about Bridget Mason. Every time you want to get up, think about Auntie Biddy. Grandma Biddy. Right? Or Grandma Mason is what they call her. Think about Grandma Mason. Every time you want to give up, think of, hold on, I can't give up just yet. This lady was a slave. She was raped. She was beaten. She was forced to work. She worked her way out of it, saved, and become the wealthiest woman in Los Angeles in the 1800s. If she can do it, anybody can do it. It ain't no obstacles bigger than that. I don't care what you think you face, and it ain't no obstacles bigger than what she went through. Remember what I said, work the work, the work will work. Grandma Mason proved it. Shout out to my man Tate, Pyramid 18 with the hat. I'm loving it. You know what I mean? As you can see, I'm wearing it in the house. But yeah, man, I'm done. That's all for the night. Stay focused, stay on your grind, get your hustle right. Remember, ownership is king. I'm giving you the key, like Jay said. Why you always asking me the key? Till you own your own, you can't be free. Till you own your own, you can't be me. Why we still slaves in 2020? Yo, y'all be easy. I'm going to see you.